Patriots have selected defensive back from Syracuse, Tebucky Jones.
Lucky Tebucky from New Britain, Connecticut.
When ESPN legend Chris Berman gives you a nickname, that's when you know you've made the big time.
Well, I always, at the beginning, I can remember when I first got injured, they actually asked me, I wanted to coach in the pros. It was dawned on my mind. The biggest thing with that was, like, my kids, they were younger, and I actually never got to see them play like some of their Pop Warner, because when they played their Pop Warner games, I was playing on Sundays. So I kind of missed a lot of it. And I came, started watching the games, interested, in coaching high school. You find out the difference real quick. You don't know when you're playing. Once you start, getting to that college level and the professional level, that difference between the speed and just teaching different techniques and the kids knowing, like you have a real good kid and you have a kid that probably never played, and going to college, everyone's good, and then you get to the pros, it's even better. So I always like that challenge of coming down and coaching with kids that had that level and didn't have that high level, but wanting to teach them, trying to get to that level. That's probably the biggest thing. I always looked like I saw a lot of things going on around me. I mean, you name it. Alcohol, drugs. I mean, my era coming out of high school was probably the biggest time of gang violence, not only in New Britain, probably Connecticut, early 90s. And I mean, I was a youth. When you're young, you get caught up in things, but most of the time, I always treated like I was a horse with blinders on. Paid attention to what was, straight in front of me, like trying to stay focused, not let outside things, get in the way of what I wanted. The biggest thing was to leave out of here, get a college education, and make something of myself. Yeah, I always look like, it's the fans who make you big, make you big. I always looked at it as a job. Like, even coming out of high school, going to college, coming out of college, going to the pros, get drafted in the first round. I could see the people around me real happy, but it was never really about that for me. It was more like, hey, I love football, and I was just happy to be continuing, playing football. And it was a job, only difference was I didn't have to go to class anymore. I kind of like that, not going to class. But even the ring, winning the Super Bowl, even college rings, I never liked to wear that stuff. I'm like an OCD. I don't want scratches on it, and it was just, just one part of my life. Now it's time for me to move on to the next chapter. I think the biggest thing is, coming up, football changed, evolved a lot more. Like when I played, it was mostly just power eyes. I was running back, they put 11 guys in the box, and just had to make a miss. Now you got more dynamic. You got spread, empty, jacks, kings, queens. You name it. There's so many different types of formations going on that I think it's more to prepare for. But a lot of the things with football, like the basic fundamentals, things like that, hasn't changed. Now, I enjoy, coaching, being around the youth. I'm trying to show them it's more not about going, playing football in college and stuff like that. It's great if you can, but it's more about, hey, going to school and trying to further your education, and make things better for your family, make a better life.